What's good, YouTube? I told you guys we're going to be taking the streams to the next level. So tonight we have the Influencer Football Challenge with my guys Josh, Khalil, and Richie. We're going to see today who posts ball and who really knows ball. The way this is going to work is the first round is just, the preliminary round. So all we're going to do is there are going to be 10 multiple choice questions for each person. You get it right, you get 10 points. You get it wrong, you get no points. Then we're gonna move on to round 2, which is the lightning round. So we're gonna have 60 seconds for each person to get as many questions right as they can. Then we move on to the third round. We call that the ladder round. So in the ladder round, each person is gonna pick a category, and then in that category, there are gonna be 5 different questions. Each question going from easiest to most difficult. So we're gonna see who really has knowledge on whatever subject they choose. And then the final round is what we call the wager round. So every person, they're gonna be able to take their score and bet however much they want, either from 0 all the way up to however many points they have. We're gonna see at the end who the winner is. All right, Josh, question 1. Who holds the record for most career passing touchdowns? A, Peyton Manning, B, Tom Brady, C, Drew Brees, or D, Brett Favre?
All right, that should be Brady, right?
Brady is correct. Khalil, what wide receiver has the most career receiving yards?
Jerry Rice.
That'd be correct. Richie, which team drafted Eli Manning before trading him to the Giants? Was it A, the Jets, B, the Bills, C, the Chargers, or D, the Cardinals?
The Chargers.
Josh, next up, which team won the first Super Bowl? A, the Packers, B, the Chiefs, C, the Bears, or D, the Giants?
That'll be the Packers.
Correct. Khalil, next up, who has the most career rushing touchdowns in NFL history? A, Barry Sanders, B, Walter Payton, C, LaDainian Tomlinson, D, Emmitt Smith?
Emmitt Smith.
That's correct. Richie, which school has won the most NCAA football national championships? A, Alabama, B, Yale, C, Princeton, or D, Michigan?
Let's go Alabama.
Alabama is wrong. Josh, what college football team plays in the Big House? A, Ohio State, B, Notre Dame, C, Michigan, D, Penn State?
Michigan. Wow.
That would be correct. Khalil, who was the Heisman Trophy winner in 2019? A, Kyler Murray, B, Tua Tagovailoa, C, Joe Burrow, D, Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Richie, which of these quarterbacks was not a first round pick? A, Lamar Jackson, B, Tom Brady, C, Aaron Rodgers, D, Patrick Mahomes?
Tom Brady.
That'd be correct. Back to Josh. Who was the number 1 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft? A, Joe Burrow, B, Chase Young, C, Justin Herbert, D, Tua Tagovailoa?
That'll be Joe Burrow.
That's correct. Khalil, which coach has the most career wins in college football history? A, Bear Bryant, B, Bobby Bowden, C, Nick Saban, D, Joe Paterno?
Nick Saban.
Is incorrect. Richie, which quarterback has the most Super Bowl MVPs? A, Tom Brady, B, Joe Montana, C, Peyton Manning, D, Terry Bradshaw?
Tom Brady.
That's correct. Back to Josh. Who made the helmet catch in Super Bowl XLII? A, Plaxico Burress, B, Amani Toomer, C, David Tyree, D, Steve Smith?
That's David Tyree. I remember that.
There we go. There we go. Khalil, which team came back from a 28-3 deficit in the Super Bowl? A, the Saints, B, the Patriots, C, the Chiefs, D, the Broncos?
Yeah, it's Patriots.
There we go. There we go. All right, Richie. Who threw the most interceptions in a single NFL season? A, Jameis Winston, B, Brett Favre, C, Vinny Testaverde, D, George Blanda?
Whatever D was.
D? Oh, okay. That's correct. Good guess. Back to Josh. Who was the first ever college football playoff national champion? Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, or Florida State?
That'll be Ohio State.
That is correct. All right, Khalil. Which team was the first to go 0-16 in a season? A, the Detroit Lions, B, the Cleveland Browns, C, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or D, the New York Jets?
The Browns.
You're wrong.
No!
The Detroit Lions.
No, I did the Lions. Are you serious? I knew it.
We're seeing who posts ball and who knows ball here. All right, Richie. What year was the NFL founded? A, 1905, B, 1919, C, 1920, or D, 1932?
1905.
Incorrect. All right, Josh. Which conference has won the most college football national championships? The SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, or the ACC?
That's going to be the SEC.
That'd be wrong. Got to think about the pre-segregation championships in the Big Ten.
I was thinking you meant college ball playoff national. Okay, I got you.
Big Ten was racking those up. We are on to Khalil. What school produced the most number 1 overall NFL draft picks? A, USC, B, Alabama, C, Ohio State, or D, Oklahoma?
It's got to be Alabama.
And that's gotta be wrong. Richie, which team has the most Super Bowl wins? A, the Cowboys, B, the 49ers, C, the Chiefs, or D, the Patriots?
Patriots.
There we go. There we go. Back on the board. Josh, who is the only player to win Super Bowl MVP on a losing team? A, Jerry Rice, B, Von Miller, C, Chuck Howley, or D, John Elway?
I'll go with D. Wait, what was B? What was B?
B, Von Miller. Khalil, who holds the NCAA record for most career rushing yards? A, Barry Sanders, B, Ricky Williams, C, Donnell Pumphrey, D, Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
That would be wrong. Correct answer, Donnell Pumphrey. Richie, who was the halftime performer at Super Bowl 50? A, Beyonce, B, The Weeknd, C, Coldplay, D, Bruno Mars?
We'll go Coldplay.
That's the correct answer. All right, Josh, who is the only team to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium? A, the Packers, B, the Buccaneers, C, the 49ers, D, the Vikings?
Buccaneers.
Correct. Khalil, who kicked the game-winning field goal for the Patriots in Super Bowl XXXVI? Steven Gostkowski, Vinny Testaverde, Adam Vinatieri, or Nick Folk?
Skowski.
That was Adam Vinatieri. All right, Richie, who holds the record for most career playoff touchdowns? A, Jerry Rice, B, Tom Brady, C, Emmitt Smith, or D, Randy Moss?
Gotta be Tom Brady, right?
You'd be correct with that. Josh, which city has hosted the most Super Bowls? A, New Orleans, B, Atlanta, C, Los Angeles, or D, Houston?
I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
Correct. Khalil, which Super Bowl was the most watched in history? A, Super Bowl 49, B, Super Bowl 50, C, Super Bowl 54, or D, Super Bowl 56?
Super Bowl 56.
That's incorrect. Richie, who was the first non-quarterback to win NFL MVP in the 21st century? A, LaDainian Tomlinson, B, Tiki Barber, C, Sean Alexander, or D, Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk.
That'd be correct. All right, after round one, Josh and Richie tied at the top with 80. Khalil kind of far behind at 30 points, but there are a lot more opportunities to make up points in the later rounds. So we're going to move on to round two now, the lightning round. All right, Josh, so you're going to have 60 seconds. I'm going to name off colleges, and you're going to give me the nickname. You don't get docked for a wrong answer, but if you get it wrong, I'll say no, and you can try again or say pass. What is the nickname of University of Wyoming?
Cowboys.
Correct. North Texas?
Eagles.
No.
War Eagles.
No.
Pass.
Coastal Carolina?
Chanticleers.
Correct. Appalachian State?
Mountaineers.
Yep. Tulane University?
Green Wave.
Yeah. Western Kentucky?
Hilltoppers.
Yeah. Marshall?
Green Herd.
No.
I'll pass on that then.
Nevada?
Wolfpack.
Fresno State?
Bulldogs.
Boise State?
Broncos.
Middle Tennessee State?
Mustangs.
No.
Okay, I'll pass on that.
Arkansas State University?
Wolfpack or Wolves.
No. All right, we'll go with 8. It was the Red Wolves. So we're going to be
Red Wolves. Okay.
Khalil, the University of Wyoming?
Pass, bro.
North Texas?
Pass.
Coastal Carolina?
Pass.
Appalachian State?
Cooked, bro. Appalachian State? Like, no, bro. Pass, bro.
Tulane University?
Too late. Oh, does it start with a T?
No.
Yeah, pass, bro. I'm
Western
in another zone
Kentucky?
right now. Pass.
Marshall University?
I'm not gonna lie, I did know this shit, bro. Oh my gosh.
And that is time.
What is that?
That is time. Oof, that was tough. That was rough. University of Wyoming?
Skip.
North Texas?
Green.
Correct. Coastal Carolina?
Coastals.
No.
Skip.
Appalachian State?
Skip.
Tulane University?
Tulane Wave.
No. We're gonna have to be specific here.
Green Wave.
Correct.
Green Wave.
Correct. Western Kentucky?
Norse.
No.
Norsemen.
No.
Skip.
Marshall University?
Marshall. Skip.
Nevada?
Wolfpack.
Correct. Oh, that's time.
Yeah.
That is time. All right.
Damn.
So, I ain't gonna lie, Josh put belt to ass on y'all in that round. We're gonna move on to round 3 now, the ladder round. So, how it's gonna work is Khalil, he's gonna have first choice on his category, then Richie, then Josh. So, Khalil, what category do you want? You have Super Bowl history, NFL MVPs, college football legends, NFL rushing records, NFL passing records, NFL defensive greats, or NFL draft trivia.
Passing yards.
All right, passing records.
What, NFL passing yards, right?
Passing records, yeah. Richie, what category do you want? Can't choose the same one.
Do defensive greats.
And then Josh, what do you have? What do you want to choose? Which category?
I'll do Super Bowl history.
All right, we'll start with Josh. Which 2 teams have won the most Super Bowls?
I'm gonna say Patriots, Steelers.
That is correct. Khalil, who holds the record for most career passing yards?
Would that be Tom Brady?
That would be Tom Brady.
It's not.
Correct.
It's not.
All right, Richie, who holds the NFL record for most career sacks?
Warren Sapp.
Oof. Incorrect, unfortunately. Josh, who was the MVP of Super Bowl 55?
Patrick Mahomes.
No, that's incorrect. Super Bowl 55 was Tom Brady. Khalil, who threw for the most passing yards in a single season?
Drew Brees?
That's incorrect. Answer was Peyton Manning. All right, Richie, what player has the most career interceptions in NFL history?
Charles Woodson.
It's incorrect, unfortunately. Back to Josh. This franchise lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls in the 1990s. It was the Buffalo Bills. Who was the first Super Bowl they lost to against?
I'm gonna say the Redskins.
Incorrect. The answer was the New York Giants. Khalil, for 30 points, name one of the quarterbacks that's thrown for 7 touchdowns in a single game.
Tom Brady? Probably not, right?
Tom Brady is a wrong answer. Back to Richie. Name one of the players that has won Defensive Player of the Year 3 times.
Aaron Donald got 3.
Aaron Donald does have 3. There we go. Finally, someone scores. Going through a little drought right there. All right, back to Josh. Who was the first team to win 5 Super Bowls?
I'll go with the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are the wrong answer. It was the San Francisco 49ers. Khalil, who was the first quarterback ever to throw for 5,000 yards in a single season?
Peyton Manning.
That's incorrect. Correct answer was Dan Marino. We are at Richie. Name one of the 3 defensive backs that have won Super Bowl MVP.
I'll go Troy Polamalu.
That's incorrect. The answers were Larry Brown, Dexter Jackson, and Jake Scott. For the 50-point question, Josh, who was the head coach of the New York Jets when they won Super Bowl 3?
I honestly have no idea.
All right. Wrong answer. All right, Khalil. Which player has thrown the most interceptions in NFL history?
James Winston.
No, the correct answer was Brett Favre. Richie, it's actually another easy 50-point one. Who has the most tackles in NFL history?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis is the correct answer. There we go. Finally, someone scores. And with that right there, Richie actually gets 50 points and moves into the lead. So at the end of 3 rounds, we have Khalil with a measly 40, Josh 170, and Richie with 190 points before we get to the final wager round. The question is, who was the first head coach to win both a college football national championship and a Super Bowl? We'll give the numbers that everyone wagered with first. Khalil wagered 10 points, Josh wagered 50 points, and Richie wagered 19 points. Khalil's answer was bellyache.
No, I said
So Richie went with Don Shula, and Josh, he went with Jimmy Johnson. And the correct answer was Jimmy Johnson, the coach of the Miami Hurricanes and the Dallas Cowboys. That means Josh's score jumps up to 220. And unfortunately, Richie, your score is gonna fall down to 171. Hey, Josh is the first winner of Influencer Football Trivia. Shout out to Josh. Probably had displayed the most consistent ball knowledge out of anyone tonight. But shout out to all the guys, you feel me, for coming out, for helping out with the video. But if y'all like this video, if y'all like this, want to make this a series, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.